Hello everyone, welcome to the next video, and in this video we will see MCQs from unit number 3, which is actually object modeling in software engineering. So first question is, what is the primary purpose of a structure diagram in UML? Option is to represent the behavior of a system, to document coding standard. Option C is to visualize the static structure of the system, and last option is to design user interface. Option C is correct. The primary purpose of a structure diagram in UML is to visualize the static structure of the system. Option C is correct. Next question, what is the primary goal of user interface design? Option C is correct. To enhance the user experience and usability, we actually design the user interface. Next question, which of the following is not a phase in the unified process? So, implementation is not a phase in the unified process. Option D is correct. Next question, what is the primary purpose of object modeling using UML? Option B is correct. To visualize software architecture is the primary purpose of object modeling using UML. Next question, what is a use case in the software engineering? So use case is actually a representation of a sequence of an action a system performs. So C option is correct here. Moving to the next question, which phase of the unified process focused on establishing the project scope and requirement? Option is inception, elaboration, construction or transition. Option A is correct, inception. Next question, in UML, what does a solid arrow connecting two classes represent? So solid arrow in the UML is actually represent association. Option D is correct. Next question, what is the primary purpose of use case modeling? So the primary purpose of use case modeling is to represent system functionality from the user perspective. Option B is correct. Next question, which of the following is not a standard diagram in UML? Class diagram, activity diagram, code diagram or sequence diagram? Option C is correct. Code diagram is not a standard diagram in UML. Next question, what is the purpose of coding a standard in software development? Option is to ensure consistency and readability of code, to optimize database performance. Option C, to design user interface. Option D is to document use cases. Option A is correct, to ensure consistency and readability of code. Next question, what is the primary goal of code review techniques? Option B is correct. The primary goal of code review technique is to identify bugs and defect in code. Next question, in UML, what does a dashed arrow connecting two classes represent? Is it inheritance, composition, aggregation or association? Option C is correct. Aggregation is represented by dashed arrow with connecting two classes. Next question, what is the purpose of an elaboration phase in the unified process? Option is to establish the project scope and requirements, to design user interface, to create prototypes or to refine the architecture and mitigate risks. So option D is correct, to refine the architecture and mitigate risks. Next question, which UML diagram is used to represent the flow of activities in a system? So activity diagram is used to represent the flow of activities in a system. Option D is correct. Next question, what is the purpose of class diagram in UML? So class diagram is used to visualize the structure of a system in terms of classes and their relationship. Option C is correct. Next question. Which phase of unified process focused on developing and testing the system? Inception, elaboration, construction or transition? Construction is the phase of the unified process focuses on developing and testing the system. So option C is correct here. Moving to the next question. In UML, what does a filled diamond at the end of an association arrow represent? Option A, inheritance, composition, aggregation or association. Option B is correct. Composition is a field at the end of an association arrow represents. Next question. What is the purpose of a sequence diagram in UML? So sequence diagram is used to visualize the interaction between objects over time. So option C is correct here. Moving to the next question. Which of the following is not a benefit of use case modeling? Option C is correct. Enhanced user interface design is not a benefit of use case modeling. Moving to the next question. Which UML diagram is used to represent the interaction between objects over time? So sequence diagram is used to represent the interaction between objects over time. So option B is correct. Moving to the next question. What is the primary goal of the inception phase in the unified process? Option A is correct. The primary goal of the inception phase in unified process is to establish the project scope and requirements. Option A is correct. Next question. Which UML diagram is used to